Crystalline here, and I am outside with the hummingbird feeder and some kind of crazy little hummingbird who keeps flying into me. I think it's telling me that I'm too close to its feeder, but I really would like for it to be the star or my guest star in this video. I would love for this little hummingbird to pop in here and make an appearance. So I'm going to just sit here and wait for him to come back. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for it to come back, I'm going to talk to you about how you can take advantage of the Leo energy as a heart-centered entrepreneur. So as you know, if you've been following me, I'm a spiritual life coach, and I have a program that I've put together that helps people who want to become spiritual life coaches set up their businesses and launch their programs. So I do personal coaching for my own private clientele, but I have a whole slew of students that I'm working with, and I help them actually launch their own healing and spiritual life coaching businesses. It's really fun. If you have any questions about it or you want to talk to me about it, just drop me a line, okay? Now, I make these videos on a regular basis, so if you want to hear from me, and I also write a blog, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and then hit that little bell which says, hey, I want to get a notification every time Crystalline makes one of these videos. Do that. And then also, you can join my email list and have my blog, my written articles delivered right to your mailbox every week. All right, so I want to talk to you about the sun in Leo, because by golly, we deserve the sun in Leo. Why do I say that? Because we've just lived the last 4 weeks like with the sun in Cancer, and we've been going through this global pandemic, and the shit is hitting the fan in the United States with Black Lives Matter and the politics of our nation. We need the sun in Leo, okay? So I'm going to talk to you not about politics, but I am going to talk to you about inner politics and things that matter at the level of reality with a capital R. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that when I say reality with a capital R, I mean the inner world, which is the world of the divine, the truth of who we are. So with the sun in Cancer, which was from June 22nd through July 23rd. Anyway, the point that I want to make is that for the last month, we have been feeling pressured from the inside. Our shadows have been rising within us. There's been a feeling of confusion, doubt, apprehension, fear, trepidation, all these negative emotions. And at the same time that we're having all these negative emotions, there have also been these feelings of wanting to move ahead, wanting to break free, wanting to create for ourselves, wanting to connect, having a need, like strong emotional needs, right? So this has been a really tough time, and if you're sensitive, you'll know that when the sun is in Cancer, we're always a little bit more sensitive. Our shadow is always at the forefront of our thoughts, because Cancer is the sign of the subconscious mind. It's ruled by the moon. It's feminine. It has strong emotions, strong feelings, deep psychic awareness. That is not necessarily describable in three-dimensional form, which means that we can really be suffering on an emotional level and not be able to put words to it, or not be able to express it in a way that makes sense to people around us. However, because all of our antennae are up, we can communicate more easily with the sun in Cancer in a psychic way, in a feelings way, in a dream way. in that way. Okay, so the sun moves out of Cancer this year on July 23rd, and it moves into Leo. Now, Cancer, as I said, is ruled by the moon. It's a feminine sign, and its way of relating in the world is through feeling and intuiting. It's in the lower realms. It's in the body, right? It's in the body. It's in the heart space. So now we're moving into Leo, which is the solar plexus, which is where our will is, and also the way of Leo, the way that Leo relates to the world is really through the mind and through the senses. So it's a fire sign, so we are moving into a period where we are going to be very sensual and sexual. So Leo rules the 5th house of the zodiac wheel, which is the house of pleasure, romance, fun, playfulness, like all the good stuff. Leo rules all the good stuff. Sexuality and sexual connection, sensuality that comes along with that, but they are not, like, Leo's not about sensuality as much as it is about sexuality. So this is a time for being really creative. It's a time for getting things done. So it's really interesting because the moon is all about feelings and being inside the self. And then Leo is all about thinking and doing. It's very action oriented. It's ruled by the sun. So it's really interested in us being outside, doing things, taking action, making things happen. Really fantastic. So I want to let you know that there is an emotional shock that you might experience during the first few days of Leo. So from July 23rd through, let's just say, the first week of Leo, especially if you have been in Cancer very seriously, like doing a lot of shadow work, and you were, if you spent the sign of Cancer kind of huddled up in your bedroom, writing in your journal, feeling lots of feelings, all of a sudden the sun is like, come on out and play. The sun rules Leo. All of a sudden you have to get out of your bed, you have to get out of your pajamas, you have to go out into the world, you have to shine. This can be really challenging for people, especially if you are emotionally sensitive. All of a sudden you might find yourself out in the world before you're really prepared. So what I want to ask you to do is to consider, before you start getting really active, just check in with yourself. For the first week of Leo, ease yourself back into the world. Take your time. Like, don't spend a lot of time out all at once during these first weeks. If you have been really into your inner world these last few days, be kind to yourself. Treat yourself like you would someone who was recovering from illness. Because, we talk about this. The sign of Cancer, of course, is relating to a little crab, and it's symbolized by this little being that's in its little shell. The thing is, one of my students the other day said, we're emerging from this Cancer. We're coming out of Cancer. And it really struck me how much, when we are doing this deep inner work in the sign of Cancer, it really is like, when you're doing the hard work, it can feel like I've just come out of sickness, like Cancer is a sickness. The sign of Cancer is not a sickness, but the disease Cancer is aptly named because the work that we do, when we do it, or the work when we ignore what needs to be done, when we ignore the issue that is inside of us, when we ignore the opportunities that the sun sign Cancer brings to us, I think it really does trigger more sickness in our bodies. If we aren't taking care of our emotional state, when it comes time to actually like those things needing to be expressed, if we're not prepared to deal with them and we haven't dealt with them in the past, I think that this is when we experience sickness in our bodies. And so I'm really struck by how, the last month was really hard. And my worry is that I did not do enough shadow work because there were so many changes that were going on, and there was so much confrontation and so much shadow work that needed to be done. A part of my system just checked out. My mind said, I cannot deal with all this shadow right now. I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to veg out, or I'm going to throw myself into work. I did a lot of escaping over the last month, and that is really hard on my system in particular, because I do a lot of processing, not just for myself, but also for my spiritual community. That's my job, to do work and to be of service in this energetic way. So I did not do my job last month. I mean, I did it part-time. I took a vacation. I took a sabbatical. I took a 4-week sabbatical and just kind of checked in and said, hey, y'all. And then I kind of went off and just did the thing that I could do. But, it's the best that I could do at that time. Sorry, I'm putting down my iPad. I was holding my iPad because I got stories that I want to have notes. I want to make sure I get my notes. But I'm going to put down this iPad because, I like to really talk with my hands. Boop, boop. And anyway, so we have the sun now moving from Cancer, which is introspective, to being very outward. So, as a heart-centered entrepreneur, what does this mean for you? Well, the sign of Leo is all about shining, and Leos really love participating in life. When you talk to Leos, they are exuberant, they are opinionated, they love being alive, and it shows. Even when they are dealing with struggles, they are vibrant in their struggles, and they are fighters. So this is a great time for us as heart-centered entrepreneurs to take this energy and to really put ourselves out there in the public eye. So the sun has not moved into Leo yet, and I'm making this video, but I feel like I feel more confident about making my videos, where normally I'm a little bit nervous, or I have things that, I'm like, is this gonna go right? I kind of feel a little bit more like I feel good in my skin. I feel good in my body. This is a quality of Leo, and one of the things I want to encourage you to do is to enjoy being in your body and to do some things that honor that opportunity. So increasing your exercise right now is a great idea. That little hummingbird, do you see it? Did you see it? It's been over there just chirping away. Maybe you could even hear it. So being in your body, increasing your exercise, taking lots of walks, pushing out of your comfort zone with exercise is really important right now, because you have more strength. Leo is a fire sign. It's powered by the sun. The sun is athletic naturally. It's sexual naturally. It's got masculine powers. And so all of our inner masculinity, whether we're male or female, we both have that, both have masculine and feminine qualities. And so this is a great opportunity for all of us to increase our masculine authority in the world. So doing more exercise is a great way to be in your body. Having more sex is a great way to be in your body. And doing things that give you pleasure besides eating. Okay, so look, eating is really good stuff, right? And Leo is going to make us take more pleasure in things around us. And I love food. And if you're like me, then the opportunity exists right now for you to be eating more food. I want to say, don't eat more food. I want to say, remember that sexy body feeling. When you're eating too much food, how do you feel? I don't care what your body looks like. I'm asking you how you feel. Like, when I overeat, I feel sluggish, lazy, and lethargic. So and weighed down, and then I feel frumpy, and then I can't get my clothes on, and that does not feel good. It's not about being overweight or underweight. It's about doing what's right for your body. So, food gives me tremendous pleasure. That does not mean that while the sun is in Leo, I should be pleasuring myself with food and overindulging. Don't do that, because it doesn't bring pleasure in the long run. Do some things that are going to give you true fulfillment, things that are going to nourish you. One of the things that we learned in Cancer, one of the things I learned and talked about in Cancer, is that when the sun was in Cancer, was that I need more nourishment, right? So eating cake, like cake has, a slice of cake can have 300 calories, but like 300 calories of a salad has more nutrition, especially if the salad has some beans and maybe a little tuna or chicken and, lots of vegetables, asparagus, and you've made the dressing. That meal is very nourishing. It has nourishment, vitamins, minerals, all put together, all working together in a very beautiful, way. Okay, body loves it. It's very nourishing. Cake could be nourishing emotionally, but we shouldn't be really taking our emotional nourishment from cake. We get our emotional nourishment from interactions with people, from hanging out with pets, by being in nature, by doing things that are creative. So while we're nourishing ourselves with the sun in Leo, we want to make sure that we understand the difference between nourishment and overindulgence, okay? Now, if you kind of look at Leos, if you look at your Leo friends, you might notice that your Leo friends are actually in great shape, okay? They're very athletic and they're very active, and they have great metabolism, so they are burning off calories left and right. And you'll also notice that they take a lot of pleasure from things like food, but they do it in moderation, and they're not really gluttonous people. And the fact is that they're lions, right? They are we take their attributes from lions, which are very active, and they have to work really hard for their food, right? A lion has to go hunt his food, he has to stalk, and he may not get his food if he's not a smart enough hunter. We should take that lesson from the lions, from the Leos, and understand that, hey, if I'm going to have that cake, maybe I should do some extra workout, like if my regular workout is to sustain me, if I'm going to do something extra, maybe I need to run an extra couple of miles so that I can really earn that piece of cake. I think that's a wise way of enjoying indulgences. All right, so heart-centered entrepreneurs. Okay, that's what this is really supposed to be about. So let me grab my notes here and let's see what I want to tell you about. Oh, okay, so one of the things that you're going to notice is that in general, Leo brings a sense of discovery, curiosity. This is another reason why we love Leos. They love learning about things. So you are going to notice that you love learning about things, but also that the world is loving to learn about things. So think about who your clients are. Think about what you can offer your clients in the way of teachings and piquing their curiosity about what you do and about what you offer and about things also that interest you, just to draw more people in, to make more connections and to have more fun, all right? So fun should be at the top of your list of things. This is also a time where people are going to get very active about healing their emotional wounds and their scarring. So as a spiritual life coach, I tend to run with people who are interested, obviously, in esoteric stuff. So what I want you to be aware of is that, especially if you're working in the spiritual industry, if you're a coach or you're a heart-centered entrepreneur, understanding that this is a period of self-improvement. People are curious about self-improvement. So one of the things that you can do is to make sure that if you have some old programs that you've created and you want to share them with the world, now is a great time to share them. Also, it's a great time for you to be shining, so we're all shining more brightly. So putting ourselves out there at this time is really, really smart because it's a great opportunity for us to be seen. So if you have a message, now is definitely the time to put it out there. Let's see. Okay. Another important thing that is going to be happening right now, especially, I talked about this a few times earlier, is that our sexual and creative energy is running a little bit high right now. So if you work as a healer, as a coach or as a healer, and you work with people in relationships, or now is a great time for you to run some like if you do tarot readings or things like that, you might want to run some specials that emphasize healing or any kind of work or programs around romance, around relationship building, nurturing, improving relationships and things of that nature. Anything that can help bring couples closer together right now will be greatly appreciated. So maybe writing some blog articles, making some videos. And if you have any programs that you need to dust off that have to do with romance and creating harmony in romance and in relationships, then you definitely want to bring those out and share those with your tribe, with your community. All right. And another thing right now that you'll notice is that we're all feeling a little bit more ambitious, and we're feeling driven to power up our lives. So again, any way that you can offer people a way to improve themselves, to improve their position, and to improve their status will be greatly appreciated right now. So now is the time to definitely release those programs, to share those, any way you can help people, share that with them in the way that you like to. Again, through video, through blogs, through audio, through your podcast. Now is the time. All right, now. So another one is it's time to level up, and this is actually going to be my last one, because I don't want to repeat myself. I've been jumping around my article. By the way, I have this article on my blog. If you want to read the actual article so that you can kind of get these notes and see everything written out in better form, then definitely sign up for the blog. You can go check out the blog, or you can sign up and the blog will be sent to you. Anyway, leveling up right now is really, really important because, I'm going to put this down, because our opportunity, like to grow in this year, in particular in this year, the opportunity to grow is really, really strong, because especially for heart-centered entrepreneurs, this is a 2020 year. We have Saturn transiting Capricorn, which means that the emphasis is on spiritualpreneurs, people who are building businesses or have dreams. Anything that you want to put out into the world, this is 10th house stuff we're talking about. Anything where you need to build your reputation, anything that you have to work to build a foundation for, anything that is going to be your offering to the world, whether it's writing a book or being an opera singer or having your own marketing business or being a doctor, anything that you want to do that involves you investing yourself and saying to the world, hey, I'm of service. This is your time to shine. Okay? This whole year is all about us, heart-centered entrepreneurs, okay? So what I want you to do is to understand, I want you to, over the next month especially, I want you to make the decision to level up your game. Whatever it is you've been saying you want to happen, I want you to step into your future self and start walking in her path. All right? I want you to walk in her shoes. I want you to call on that future self that has leveled up. She's at the level of leveled up, and she's doing what you want to do, right? She's written the book already. She's already, done the book tours. She's already been published. She's already set up her team of people, her team of support. She already has her tribe. I want you to step up to her level and to own her now. Now, you may not know what it means to be her. You know you want to be her. You know that she's your potential, but you may not know how to get there. Call her. Sit down, do a meditation with your eyes open, and call your future self in. See her coming in. Use your creativity and your imagination to imagine this beautiful soul who is so successful and so at ease in her success, owning her success. See her walking toward you. And when she gets in there, greet her warmly, greet her respectfully, and then ask her to teach you. And then go to her every single day and see what she has to tell you. Let her help you on the inside and on the outside. Let her tell you what attitudes you need to change, what beliefs you need to change, what emotional wounds you need to heal. Ask her where you need to make amends with people where you've gone wrong, okay? Because that kind of energy where you've done something wrong and you've not made amends, that wears on your own subconscious mind. But energetically in the universe is kind of like, look, asshole, you haven't cleaned this up. It's like walking around, with dirty socks. Your socks are dirty, it's gross. That made no sense what I just said, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. Anyway, the point is you need to level up, and this is the great time to do it. Your courage is going to be really high because Leo rules the heart, and so there's a lot of strength and a lot of power there. There's also a tremendous amount of love and compassion. Use that love and compassion on yourself so that you can step into the person that you are, the truth of who you are, and go and meet your future self halfway. Go meet your future successful self halfway. Take her by the hand and let her lead you to your success. All right? Boom! I think that's all I have to say. Oh, sorry, I have one other thing, couple of announcements. I want to tell you about a free masterclass that I'm offering. It's called Healing the Healer, 3 powerful tools to, I don't remember what it's called. It's long and I don't have it in front of me and I can't remember what it's called. But either way, it's a class for people who are healers, and it's a few of my powerful techniques that I use and for myself and I use for my clients to help them, to help us, to help myself really do the deep emotional healing. It's really important that as healers, we're not perfect, okay? We are not perfect. We're not going to be perfect. However, it is important that we walk our talk. So everything that we ask our clients to do, we need to be doing on a regular basis, okay? I'm not saying we got to do it perfectly, like every day, you got to sit down and do 2 hours of meditation and yoga. No, you don't have to do that. But you have to be at least, you have to have some kind of a meditative daily practice where you're tuning into spirit. You have to manage your emotions. You have to Take care of your body, take care of yourself, right? This is what we ask our clients to do, so this is what we need to be doing. So in my Healing the Healers class, I am going to be taking you on a 3-week journey where I give you some really powerful techniques. I'm going to show you how to change some limiting beliefs, how to find limiting beliefs, how to change limiting beliefs, and how to feel your emotional self and to use those emotions to help you transform. All right? To help you heal, help you transform. All right? And then my certification program, I mentioned that at the beginning, but if you're interested in becoming a spiritual life coach, I really would love to talk to you about it. And I'd love for you to consider my certification program, because my certification program is awesome. All right? Let me be really honest with you. It's awesome. The reason why it's awesome is because not only does it help you become a coach, like it teaches you how to coach people, it talks to you about spirituality, but it also gives you an entire business structure that you can use, that you can customize according to your particular needs, and it allows you to build your own program based on your own inspiration. So I'm not going to just teach you my techniques. I'm going to help you bring out and create your own techniques. It's fantastic. My program is either 10 months long or it's 5 months long. It depends on how quickly you want to work and assimilate stuff and how much time you want to spend with me. Do you want to spend 10 months with this space? Or do you want to spend just 5? You're like, Crystalline, I can only deal with you for 5 months. That's all you're getting. I'm going to be like, all right, fine. 5 months then. Ha 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 ha. All right, that's it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.